Good morning and welcome to the Daily Tanya. Today is Monday, the 24th day of Cheshvan. Again, today the class is Le'ila Nishmas, Hakodesh, a fellow Shliach, Tzvi, Hakohein, Ben Alexander, Kogan. And should only have good news once again. In the link in the bottom you can find the link to join the campaign of doing another mitzvah in his memory. And we be zeichet to the coming of Mashiach very soon. So today we're going to learn chapter 31, letter 31 in Igeret Hakodesh. Let's begin with tzedakah, gedela, tzedakah, shemekareves hasekeula. Tzedakah brings Mashiach closer. And talking about bringing Mashiach, that's what the chapter is talking about. We were told many, many times that the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed because of sinas chinam, because of baseless hatred. The separation among the Jewish people caused the destruction of the temple. And what will bring Mashiach, what will bring the redemption, is the unity. Ahavas chinam, the selfless love and increasing in love and unity between the Jewish people. Here in this chapter, the Alter Rebbe explains why is it that separation causes the bad things, the galus, the exile, and the unity brings the geula. We always thought that, it's like a punishment, that because you're separated, you're not getting it. A father doesn't like to see the children separated. But here the Alter Rebbe explains the deeper meaning. And he says that just like the body, in order for a body to be healthy, you must have the flow of the blood. There shouldn't be any blockages. And when the blood pumps from the heart to all of the organs, and every organ receives the energy, the soul that the blood carries with it in the proper way, the organs, they help each other. And together, they are a healthy living body. So the same thing, says the Alter Rebbe, is all of the Jewish people. They're all considered like the organs of one body. And in order for the flow of the Shekhinah, Hashem created the world. When Hashem brings the light of the to the world, it comes through the Shekhinah, comes through the neshamas of the Jewish people. This was the purpose of creation. And when the Jewish people are all united, then the energy, the godly energy that flows through, it flows without blockages. They're united, and it goes forward and it goes backward, back to just like the blood comes back to the heart. And that's when it is a healthy body. Right now, while we are in exile, the Shekhinah is like it is ill, it is sick. It is not a healthy situation. And we need to bring the cure. And the way to bring the cure is by our unity. And this was a letter that Alter Rebbe wrote to a community that needed help in this aspect, to unite. There were friction. And Alter Rebbe explains to them why, the importance of being united. Let's see inside chapter 31 in Igeret Hakodesh. Noida b'sha'arim, it is well known at the gates. Mashakosov b'tikunim, the Shechinte hi mar'a b'galusa kabiyachol. There's a statement in the Tikunim, the Zohar, that the Shekhinah, the Divine Presence, is ailing in exile, as it were. But the Shekhinah is not well. What does that mean? Says the Alter Rebbe, Pirush al derech mashal, k'may choyl haguf hamavdil ben kodesh v'chulu. this anthropomorphism, using human analogies to godliness. It draws a comparison with a physical ailment, distinguishing, of course, between the holy and the mundane. In other words, using an example, you'll always have to bear in mind the utter disparity between a physical ailment and the state of, metaphorically described as the ailment of the Shekhinah. It's just to give us an understanding. He's using the example. The cause of illness or health lies in the distribution and flow of the life force from the heart to all the organs. This life force being vested in the blood of life, which flows from the heart to all the organs. And the spirit of life and the blood circulates all around. It flows around, circulates all around into all of the limbs, through the veins that are embedded in them, and returns to the heart. Now, if the circulation and flow of this spirit, the spirit of life, is always as it should be, in its proper order, as arranged for it by the fountainhead of life, by Hashem himself, then the individual is perfectly healthy. Because all the limbs are bound together and receive their appropriate vitality from the heart through this circulation. What happens if there's something that goes wrong? If there is a disorder in this flow, that's when the person gets sick, God forbid. As I nifsek mismayet akesher alaz amekasher kol haivorim el halev al yedei sibuv alaz. But should there be any disorder in any place, restraining, hindering, or reducing the circulation and flow of the blood with the spirit of life vested in it, then this bond, which connects all the limbs with the heart by means of this circulation, is severed, which would extinguish life or diminish it. In which case the individual will fall ill and sick. May God protect us. So the same thing says the Alter Rebbe, using this metaphor. All of the neshamas of the Jewish people, they're called the organs of the Shekhinah. Precisely so, metaphorically speaking, all the souls of Israel are regarded as the organs of the Shekhinah. Anikreis b'shem leiv, k'meshekasu v'tzul levavi, k'meshekasu v'shachanti b'seicham. And the Shekhinah is called the heart. As it is written, the Rak, my heart. And it is written, and I will dwell within them. Pirush, the meaning of this comparison between the Shekhinah and the heart, that supplies all the organs with blood. The comparison is as follows. Kidloshen Shekhinah hu she'oir havaya sheichen va'olamois bria yetzira asiya lachayesrim. The term Shekhinah, saying Shekhinah, is the divine dwelling, deriving as it does from the word lishkon, to rest or to dwell. So that term denotes that the light of God abides in the worlds of Beria, Yetzirah, and Asiya in order to endow them with life. So the world of Atzilus is the world of fully godliness. And Malchus the Atzilus, this is the place of the Shekhinah, the source of the souls of the Jewish people. That brings and dwells into the other three worlds, the Bria, Yetzirah, Asiya. Now, in order to get the life into the other worlds, it must go first through the neshamas of Israel, the souls of Israel. This life force is drawn forth by means of a prior investment in the souls of Israel. So what he's going to explain is that basically God created everything, all of the worlds. What is the purpose? The purpose is to have a neshamas of the Jew that is able to fulfill the Torah and the mitzvahs, God's commandments. So it's like you have a child and you like your child very much. It's your only child, and you want to do everything. You build a nice room for him with toys, with all kind of things. Are you interested in the toys? Are you interested in the room? Yes, you're interested. Why? Because you have a child, and you want to make sure that this thing goes to the child. So when you have all of the worlds, Bria, Yetzirah, Asiya, the angels, the worlds, everything else, it by itself does not have any meaning. The only reason why it exists is in order to be able to bring about the neshamas of Jewish people come and serve and make this world a home for Hashem. So it says, this is so because none of the created beings stand in any comparable relation to the Creator. For all all that are before Him are esteemed as truly not, as nothing. Thus, it is impossible for them to receive life force from His light and effluence. To become created being ex nihilo into substantiality and to be living and subsisting. The only way it does exist is only through the souls. Except by means of the souls. And he explains because the souls came first. When Hashem created the world, He created the world using speech. The souls of the Jewish people were created by thoughts. So just like the thought is something which is more inside you, and the speech is only considered speech when it comes from a thought, from inside you. And the same thing here. For it is the Jewish souls that rose in His thought, meaning their source is in His thought, and thus preceded the creation of the worlds, which came about through divine speech. Thus our sages of blessed memory said, with whom did God, the Holy One, blessed be He, take counsel concerning the creation of the world? With Jewish souls, as is known from elsewhere. So now says the Alter Rebbe, so the flow coming down from Hashem, from the higher levels to this world, goes through the souls. The Alter Rebbe goes on to explain that the circulation of this godly energy, it goes both ways. It goes from the top down and then comes back from the bottom up. That when the Jewish souls, when they come and involved here in this world, receive this light, and they do the mitzvahs, and they fulfill the mission, it returns, it brings back a new type of light, and it renews the energy that goes back to the higher worlds. And it is well known at the gates, so it is known that every downflow of divine life force and all influence from the upper worlds to the worlds which are lower than them, they are stated in the Sefer Yetzirah, their beginning is wedged in their culmination, meaning the beginning of the uppermost levels of creation is wedged in the culmination, meaning in the nethermost part of the lowest levels of creation. And the culmination is wedged in the beginning. In the writing of the Arizal, Rabbi Yitzchak Luria, of blessed memory, this dual direction is referred to as Or Yashar, direct light, and Or Choser, reflected light, meaning light reflected upward from the lower level back to the upper. So Or Yashar is the light that Hashem gives, the energy that comes down to animate us. The Or Choser is when we take this light and we do the right thing with this. We bring back the light to the upper worlds. When we elevate, when we transform this lower world, everything in this world, by elevating it to Hashem, by using them in a proper way, the way Hashem wants us to use them. As it is also written, and the chayos, the animals, they were advancing and retreating. First proceeding away from their source and then retreating to it. So this is when talking about the Kabbalistic concept. When it says in Yecheskel, we're talking about the chayes. Ratzoi is the idea of advancing. Advancing means that the neshama feels that it wants to go out from its place, go and connect to the upper worlds, to its source. And shuv is the retreating, returning back. So in the Arizal calls it Or Yashar and Or Choser, straight light and reflecting light, returning light. And in the verse in Yecheskel, it's called Ratzoi v'shuv, advancing and retreating. So it depends which way you're looking from. If you're looking from the top down, first comes Or Yashar, straight light from above, and then it comes back Or Choser. If you're looking from the bottom up, it's first Ratzo, that the neshama here wants to retreat, wants to advance to its source, and then Shuv means going back to this world. Continues the Alter Rebbe, it says, Asher al kein al pi advorim va'emes ha'ela asher I efshar lavar eite v'michtav. Thus, according to these words and this truth, which is impossible to explain properly in writing, nikris ha'shchina b'shem leiv v'neshamas b'shem evorim. The Shechina is referred to as the heart, and the souls as the organs. La'iris lanu, to teach us, ki kasher kol ha'neshamas dvukos u'mekusharos yachad, as I sibu v'iluch ha'chayos v'hashpa soivev. This teaches us that when all the souls are attached and bound together, the circulation and flow of the life force and of the influence from the Shechina to the worlds and from the world back to the Shechina is continuous. And their culmination is wedged in the beginning, thus binding and joining them all the souls, and through them all the worlds, to the one God, so that they will cleave to him. As it is written in the Torah, Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem lefnei Havai Elokechem. You are standing firm this day, all of you, before the Lord your God. Says the Alter Rebbe, kulchem daike velifnei daike. The verse specify all of you. The verse specifies all of you, meaning a situation in which all Jews stand united together. Moreover, it specifies lifnei, before, implying that this togetherness enables all Jews to relate to divinity at the level at which the name Havaya precedes and transcends its subsequent self-imposed descent to become Elokechem, the life force that empowers souls. So the unity brings us to the level of lifnei Hashem Elokechem, to above and beyond the level of Hashem Elokechem. And who is this? From the top to the bottom. Your heads, meaning those with the loftiest souls, from the hewer of your wood, meaning those of the more modest spiritual stature. And that explains, says the Alter Rebbe, this explains why the destruction of the temple, of the Holy Temple, and the exile of the Jewish people was caused by the sin of baseless hatred. This will clarify the teaching of our sages of blessed memory, that the destruction of the Second Temple and the fall of Israel into exile and the withdrawal of the Shekhinah and its descent to Edom into a state of exile, as it were. For when the Jews are exiled, so too is the Shekhinah. What was the cause? The baseless hatred. All this was because of the sin of groundless hatred between one Jew and another, and dissension between their hearts. May the merciful one save us. And this is why the Shekhinah is referred to metaphorically as ailing in the time of exile, as quoted above. For as the phrase in the Amidah, that he supports those who are fallen and heals those who are sick, in plural form, although a reference is being made to the Shekhinah, and that is alluded to all the organs, meaning the plural form includes the souls, which are the organs of the Shekhinah, inasmuch as they are animated by it. They too are in ailing health, and they too are supported and healed. So this gives us the end of this chapter. It gives us a whole new understanding of the importance of the unity. And we do it one person at a time, one mitzvah at a time, one favor at a time, one smile at a time. Smile to your fellow Jew. Bring them closer together. And this will hasten the coming of Mashiach now. A wonderful day. Zat Hashem. Tomorrow we'll start the last chapter of this part of the Tanya, chapter 32. Have a wonderful day.